Hey, happy Cyber Monday. Please don't mind the way I look. I had on makeup earlier, but minimal makeup, and what I did have on got wiped and smeared and sweated off in an exercise class, and I now have on a sweater, and I haven't had a shower, but nobody's here to smell me, so I don't really worry about it. I'm getting ready to take a shower now. But sometimes that's how it works out. Like if I have a class and then I have to come home, like I have this class and then I need to get home and I have got to get a video done and I literally don't have time to take a shower. I have time to change clothes and get to work. And my face wasn't in the video anyway, so it didn't really matter what my face looked like. I have been running nonstop since I got up this morning. It's now, I don't know, shit, it's after 8 o'clock. I am so tired. For the last 3 nights in a row, I have gone to bed really late, and then I woke up early and couldn't go back to sleep. And it has hit me now. It has hit me that I'm very tired. And if I get still for very long, I'm going to go to sleep, and that's going to be the end of my day. And I did a gift wrapping video for the Angel Tree girls. I did a video wrapping some of their stuff. Those videos take a lot of editing. Lots and lots of editing. It takes a long time. It started out being an hour and 14 minutes long, and when it ended, I think it was like 50 minutes. And it's little bits that have to be cut out. And it's so tedious, and it takes so long. And I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and then we'll be done with wrapping presents. And I'm going to take the girls' presents tomorrow morning and drop those off. And then probably Wednesday I'll take the 2 boys' presents and drop those off. Yeah, I'm wrapping them tomorrow, and I'll probably I won't be able to go drop them off till Wednesday. But, wow. So, it was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed doing all the shopping and getting all the stuff, and I really hope the kids like everything. I really do. Somebody mentioned a comment, and this comes up every year too. At least one person will say, you know, the parents will probably just take those presents to the store and try to get money for them. I know that. I know that. And I know, I used to be a Child Protective Services investigator. I don't know if you knew that about me, but when I was in my early 20s, I was a CPS investigator for about a year before I ended up moving to Illinois and getting into a whole situation with a cult. That's a story for another day. And so I can tell you, I have firsthand experience with some truly diabolical, shitty parents. There are shitty people out there who have no business being within a mile of any children. Oh my God. Oh my God. The things people do. You wouldn't believe the shit. I know why there's a high turnover rate in that job. I couldn't have stayed in it long. I mean, I see why people burn out. It is hell on earth. The shit you have to encounter, and then you have to go talk to people, and everybody hates you. The parents hate you. You know, the people who reported the parents hate you because they feel like you're not doing enough. The parents hate you because they have to answer questions and they don't even want to talk to you most of the time. And at that point, I had no children. I was unmarried. I'd never been married. I had no kids. And I would get asked at least twice a week, well, how many kids do you have? Well, how many kids do you have? Hang on a second. That's my dad calling. I got to call him back. We have a memorial service to go to this weekend. He's probably calling to, well, he might be calling to see how my Thanksgiving was. I actually didn't talk to him over Thanksgiving. I'll call him when I get done here. Yeah, so I got that question all the time. And it seemed like, you know, and I just finally got to where I wouldn't answer it. I would just say the status, you know, my family life is not what we're here to discuss. We are here to discuss these allegations. And then I would just get right back to it. Like, I'm not going to answer that question because that has nothing to do with this. Because, you know, once you tell them you don't have kids, it's like, see, you don't know. You don't have any business being here. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. Yes, I know. There are truly awful people who have children, or they have children in their care for some reason. Shitty people who do terrible things. The least of which would be returning presents and trying to get money for them. I saw way worse than that firsthand. Holy hell. You don't want to go to the hospital and visit a baby that was put there. because you have to maintain your professionalism, and you have to document stuff, and you have to talk to people, and it will just make you want to throw up. Anyway, God, that was one of my last cases too. Was like a 2-week-old baby, and I'm not going to talk about it. It was awful. I don't know whatever happened with that, because it was right before I was moving away, and it was, the case was transferred to somebody else. I had to start it when it first came in, and oh my God, yes, there are terrible parents out there, terrible. And I know that they could do that. And I've heard people say, well, you know, cut the barcode off the box, and that way it will be harder for them to return the item. A lot of the stuff, not all of it, but a significant chunk of the stuff came from Amazon or Costco. I don't even know how they would return the Amazon stuff. Costco, I guess they could return it without a receipt. Maybe, I don't know, and get money for it or whatever. Here's how I look at it, okay? It's kind of like if you give money to somebody, you know, like you're at the intersection, and we have people here all over the place that, you know, they'll come up to your window at an intersection and ask for money. If you choose to give them money, what happens to that money after that is out of your hands. You know, if they take that money and buy a sandwich, that's their choice. If they take it and, I don't know, buy some drugs or whatever, that's their choice. You gave them the money to do with as they saw fit. You can hope they do a good thing with it, but if they don't, it's out of your hands at that point. It's really not up to you to decide that. So you just have to think about that when you decide whether to give them money or not. And it's a personal choice. I mean, I remember this one time, and I know I'm getting off subject, but there was this one time, it was right after I started working remotely. So it was like a little over 2 years ago. And I pulled up to the stoplight. And these, you know, there's a man standing there. Had a sign, I can't remember what it said. An older man. And I glanced over at him, and I didn't think much about it. And all of a sudden, I had this overwhelming, it wasn't like a literal voice in my head, but I had this overwhelming feeling. And it was like, it might as well have just been a literal voice saying, give him some money. Give him some money right now. I've never had that happen before. And I haven't had it happen since. It was just that one time. I glanced over, I looked back at the light, and at that moment, it was just like, give him money. Give him some money right now. And I honestly, most of the time, I don't give them money. Mainly because, and I'm not trying to get into a hole. This is like a minefield. I don't feel like talking about this tonight, but around here, it's the same people. I have seen the same people for literally years in the same spots. They have their little spots at stoplights and stop signs around town, and they've been there, some of them, for 4 or 5 years. It's like, that's like their job. I mean, it must pay well because they keep doing it. Honestly, I don't give them money. I don't, because they've been out there for years. And I choose not to, but it's up to you to decide what to do. But this man, I don't know what it was. It was like I didn't hear a literal voice, but it was like somebody was just saying, give him some money. And all I had a $5 bill in my purse. And that was all the money I had. And I took that $5 bill out, and I gave it to him. And he said, thank you. And then that was it. I've never had that happen before or since. But I felt like I was literally being told to give him money. It was wild. It was wild. Like, I had no choice. Like, okay, all right. Let me get my money. And I gave him that's all the money I had on me. I gave him my $5. Because I don't normally carry a lot of cash, because I find when I do, I blow it and I don't know where the hell it goes. So normally I don't have more than like $2 or $3 on me at any given time, and a few Aldi quarters, and that's all I have, you know, like for an emergency Pepsi out of a vending machine or something. I normally don't have more than $5. I happen to have a $5 bill that day. Normally I just have a few bucks. That's it. So anyway, whatever happens to something that you give to someone else is, in my opinion, it is not something you need to be wasting your time and energy thinking about. In most circumstances. Like, say you gave your best friend a sweater. You gave your best friend a sweater for their birthday. and they took that sweater home and they set it on fire, that has nothing to do with you. That's all them. Or if they take that sweater and, I don't know, try to convince people that they made the sweater, and they lie about the sweater, and they say that you were a cheap bastard for giving it to them. That is more of a reflection on them than it is you. All you did was give them something. You didn't have to. You chose to. Whatever happens after that has nothing to do with you, in my opinion. Now, I guess you could say, well, every time I give my best friend something, she sets it on fire. Well, you might want to see that as a lesson that you could learn. Maybe don't give them anything else other than maybe some firewood. Give them some sparklers. I don't know. Shit. Some firecrackers. If they just gonna set it on fire, at least it'll make it a little more festive. Ooh, give them some Roman candles. You got to go to South Carolina for those, though. Not that I condone that, because you would totally not do that, because it's against the law to bring them across state lines and do anything with them, and nobody would ever do that here. Every Independence Day, Memorial Day, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Flag Day, Baked Potato Day. Nobody would do that because it's illegal. So, yeah, I know that the parents are guardians. I'm just going to say parents from here on out because it's easier and I'm tired. I understand that the parents could take this stuff and you know, and the child may never receive any of these presents. They may try to return every one of them or take them to the flea market and try to sell them. I can't do anything about that. All I can hope is that the parents will take the gifts and give them to the child. Or maybe, because any number of things could happen. They might get home and look at all these presents and think, that is awesome. My neighbor has a child that's not going to get much for Christmas. Or I know somebody who's got a child who they can't afford to really give them anything. I'm going to take a few of these presents and give them to this parent for that child. I would be totally fine with that. I would not have a problem with that at all. But whether I have a problem or not with it doesn't matter, because I'm giving them these things to do with as they see fit. Hopefully they'll give them to the kid. But if they want to give them to another, take some of these presents and give them to another child, I'd be fine with that too. That's okay. I mean, you know what? Make another child, give them a little something. That's fine. That's fine. So I like questions like this. So how do you feel about giving gifts and not knowing what's going to happen to them? Do you ever think about that? I try not to. I try to think that whatever gift I give to someone, they're going to like it and they're going to use it, or they're going to enjoy it in whatever way you enjoy whatever the present is. I hope they like it, you know, and I hope that it was a good choice to, you know, it's a good thing to give them. Beyond that, I don't really give it a lot of thought. I mean, I'm not going to sit around thinking about it. I'm not going to, it's very easy to overthink stuff, and I do tend to overthink things. So if you found out you had an angel tree kid, and say the parent, their power was about to get cut off, and they thought, that's a lot of presents for my child. I could take a few of these back to Walmart and get some money and pay my power bill. Or at least, you know, get more caught up than I am now. Would that be okay, or would that not be okay? What if they took the presents back to Walmart to get some money to buy a new cowboy hat for their cowboy hat collection? I would kind of bristle at that one, but again, it's not up to me to decide. I'd be a little disappointed in that parent if that's what they did, you know. Like, really? Really? Man, that's shitty. But I can't stop them. I don't even know who these people are. It's totally anonymous. They don't know me. I don't know them. We will never meet. So I will never know what became of any of these presents. I like to just assume, I like to just think that all the presents went to the children and they loved everything and it was just the best Christmas ever. I like to just think about that. I like to just assume that that's how it went. And they all lived happily ever after. I mean, that would be wonderful. So I like to just think that, since I'm never going to know anyway, I'm just going to imagine that that's how it went. Because it makes me feel good. I don't like to think that the child didn't get their presents, or didn't get all their presents, or, you know, I kind of want to think about that. That makes me sad. So, yeah. So anyway, I got, the video is processing right now. I'm going to get it uploaded later. And I need to get off here so I can go email my dad. My dad doesn't do email. No. You talk to him on the phone. He does not do email or text or anything like that. Every time I send him a text, all I get back is like gobbledygook. Like, what? I can't, my fingers don't work on this dang phone. He said his fingers are too fat to do. I can't text. I can't text. I can't text. My fingers are too fat. Quit texting me. Okay. He gets pissed when I quit texting me. Call me. You got time to text. You got time to call. Okay. He gets mad. He gets pissed. He's 82. He has no time for the bullshit of like internet stuff. Like, don't, just call me. Just call me. I don't like talking on the phone. And I always thought I was the only one who didn't like talking on the phone. Until, I guess it's just sort of, I learned on the internet that, you know what, a lot of people hate talking on the phone. I've always hated talking on the phone. I have to psych myself up to talk to people on the phone. I had to talk I had to call 2 different companies today on the phone. And I had to psych myself up to do it because I hate doing it. Both phone calls were short, but I hate doing it. I hate calling people and having to talk to them. And I don't know why. I just hate doing it. And I put it off as long as possible. And then when I get done, I'm mad at myself like, why did you put that off for 2 weeks? It took you 5 minutes. Why do you hate it so much? I don't know, but I do. I hate it. I also don't like going places and being around people. I was invited to a get-together last weekend. There's a group that I work out with on occasion. And we had a class, and one of them said to me after class, you know, we're having a get together on Sunday. You know, we're going to meet here and we're going to have brunch. And in my mind, I'm making that face like, what's his name from The Office? There's this meme. I've never really watched The Office. I just can't get into it for some reason. I just don't, I never could get into that show. But Steve Carell's character, there's this one clip where he's going, and I'm making a face like, you know, this person is talking to me, I'm going, oh yeah, but in my mind I'm going, ugh. I hate stuff like that. I hate stuff like that. I don't like small talk. I don't. And I've gone to some of these gatherings before, and it's a lot of small talk, and it goes on for way too long. And it's exhausting. And then I feel bad. Like, Mary, you need to do this on occasion because you're losing your social skills. I mean, you have to go out and talk to people occasionally. You can't just hole up here in the house. The only people I ever talk to are, you know, like cashiers in stores and my kids and my dad, Glenda the Good Witch. Our anniversary's tomorrow. We met 11 years ago tomorrow. It was our first date. Yes, we had lunch. We met for lunch 12 years ago. Isn't that something? I got to remind him of that. It's our meeting anniversary tomorrow. How about that? Anyway, I totally forgot where I was going with that. I hate get-togethers. I hate them. Every now and then I do force myself to go. I do force myself to do it. And usually, you know, I'll have fun, but I definitely reach a point after about 45 minutes to an hour, like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I've had all the joy and merriment that I can take for now. I wonder if I could leave and not look like a dick. I don't have any reason to leave, and I don't want to lie, but I'm really ready to call it a night. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't go, but I said I was busy. So I had plans. I did have plans. I was at home doing stuff here. What was I doing? Shit, I don't remember. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go, so I didn't go. But every now and then I do make myself go to stuff. Look at that. Isn't that awful? I'm getting my hair done on Thursday. It's just shit. God almighty. I'm glad the video today and tomorrow doesn't show my hair because it's awful. So, I'm gonna call my dad. But anyway, yeah, I know parents could return the presents and, you know, get money for them. I know. I hope they don't. I hope they don't have to. I hope they don't choose to. But if they do, I can't help it. And I'll never know what they did anyway. So let's just think positive thoughts and imagine how happy the kids are going to be on Christmas morning. I'm just going to look at it that way. I'm going to go ahead and just see that and just keep that image in my mind. And it makes me all warm and fuzzy. And that's what I like. So I'm hoping that's the way it goes for all of them. And I hope next year we'll be able to do just as many. I hope I can. I will if I can. I absolutely will. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. So anyway, I'm going to go call my dad. I think I was supposed to make some of the point, and I've already forgotten what it was. But yeah, I have a gift wrapping video coming up later of some of the girls' presents. I did it in a whisper. I meant to actually do soft-spoken, but I didn't realize until like halfway through that I was whispering it. Like, well, I guess we'll just keep going at this point. And so tomorrow's will be the two boys' presents, and then that I will do soft-spoken, I guess, just to try to, you know, have one of each. So I'm going to call my dad, see what's up. Maybe I should get my shower first, because he does tend to go on when we get on the phone. He'll go on for a bit. He can talk. He's a talker. He loves to talk on the phone. He loves it. But anyway, I hope your Monday has been good. I've been trying to avoid the Cyber Monday sales, but I keep getting emails, and I've been suckered in. I did actually buy some stuff from a couple Cyber Monday sales. I didn't need it, but it was a hell of a deal, and I decided to go for it. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all your kind words and everything. And you know, I really think that the angel tree thing, doing the presents for the angel tree, it's like a win for everybody. People love watching the videos. I love shopping for everything. And we get to make some kids happy. It's like everybody wins. And it's just one of those few moments in life where it's just everybody benefits from it. And everybody feels good. And, you know, it's just nice. And I love the opportunity to do it. And you know, we're going to, hopefully I'll be able to do it again for like back to school, you know, getting school supplies. Like what I did this year, I took them all to a local elementary school. I took their lists for each grade and bought the stuff on the list and donated all of it to the school to go in their supply cabinet. And maybe next year I'll pick a different school and do it for them. And I really hope I can. I really hope so. Because, you know, y'all get to see videos about it. The school gets a bunch of stuff they need, and I love doing it. So it's just so great that, I mean, I'm grateful that I get to do stuff like that and everybody benefits from it. So yeah, it's good. So I'm going to go, and hopefully I can get some sleep, because I'm really tired. But thank you so much for watching and for being here. I really hope that your day was great, and I will see you again soon.